How's it going? Welcome back. It's about to get serious. Last week we 3D printed one of these M12 battery holders, and you guys were curious about the M18 battery holder. Now, this is not a 3D printing channel, so if you don't like 3D printing, don't worry.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
But this is my M18 battery holder, and I have it held onto a wire shelf with zip ties. Again, you can see it has screw holes for mounting. It's extremely sturdy. The M18 batteries, this one holds 3, but they make other sizes. Just clips down in there, and it's really secure. So you could mount it on a case. If you're traveling, you can mount it on the inside of a truck, on a toolbox or something, and it's not going anywhere. I print mine in PETG. It's a lot stronger and heat resistant than PLA. PLA, if you leave it in the car, if you're going to a job site, it's definitely going to melt. Sit back and let me show you how we make it. All right, so the first thing I like to do is I like to go to Thangs, THANGS.com. It's just a great resource for free online printing STL files, and those are the files you're going to put into your slicer for processing to put on your 3D printer. So all we'll do is we'll type in M18 battery holder. We do that, hit enter, and let's do the magic. So here's a single one you can print. This is the one I print. It comes in single or triple. So this design is by sparkycory. This is not my design. This is free for use online. I'll put a link to this site so we can give sparkycory some love. And again, you can see here the photos. They have single, and the triple is the one I prefer. This one right here. All right, so we'll just scroll down here to files. It has 2. So it has M18 battery holder and M18 battery mount ×3. So that's the one we're going to download. So we just click download. Then we'll click on our slicer program. I use Cura 5.4. I just started using 5.4. Not sure what I was using before that. It was an older version of Cura. You bring in your slicer. You can see there. It's all sliced or it's all processed and ready to go. Now I'm printing this one out of PLA. I have a 0.6 or 0.06 nozzle in my Ender 3 Max. I have a 0.4 nozzle in my Ender 3 Pro. I use the Ender 3 Max to print for speed. So let's just go double check. I use a layer height of 0.28. It's a good balance between speed and strength. Wall line count for these kind of structural things that I'm going to be manhandling, I like a 3. And then top layers, bottom layers, I like a 4 for this particular print. Infill density, bump that up to 25 for practical prints. If I'm printing something decorative, which is never, I think 15 would be okay. Cubic is the infill pattern I use. It works really well. The printer I'm using right now is Overture Matte PLA. And that likes to print 210 to 215 with a build temperature of 60. Again, if you're using a different type of filament, you're going to have to print some cubes, calibrate it. For this one, print speed of 50 works well. So I'm okay with these. Fan speed 100% for cooling. That's generally for PLA. That works. Supports aren't needed with this particular print. If you're curious, go back over here. Thing details. It'll tell you batteries latch into the holder that can be mounted on the wall. He didn't use supports. He printed standing straight up with no brim. All right. Well, standing straight up with no brim, that might change things a little bit. Glad we read the directions right. Now I'm going to print it flat on the build plate, and let's see what happens. We'll try to print that, and then we'll slice it. Through the miracle of computers, 10 hours, 43 minutes. So we'll print this overnight, and you'll get to see what it looks like in the morning. So we'll save it to a disk. And again, you can see I've already saved this. So we'll save it. Oops, save. Then I have Raspberry Pi computers connected to my printers. So for me, oops, we'll connect that. Connect our Raspberry Pi for Octoprint. And then we will import our battery mount right here. We just upload it to the printer. Yep, and then we click print. All right, so it's the next evening. I had to go to work. We'll grab it off the printer. Print quality is not great. I think maybe he was onto something saying he printed it upright. I think that's how I'll print the next one. I just put a new hot end on this printer, nozzle, etc. So I have to calibrate it. So let's finish the post-processing. All right, not much to do here for post-processing. The brim just comes right off. You see that? So I'm not real happy with the finish. You can see it's kind of bubbly there. I mean, I think it's functional. I think it's strong. It's not going anywhere. But I would have preferred it to look a little nicer. I picked blue because it matches the Rockler mat there. And then, let's just see if it works. We'll stand it upright. Or we'll see it so you can see it. Yep. And the battery just clicks right into place. Let's try the other one. Sorry, this is so violent. There we go. Sorry. And of course the third one. Third time's a charm. There we go. Just clicks right into place and slides right out. See the mounting holes printed pretty nicely. So we'll be able to mount that. I'm actually giving this to someone else. Another friend that has M18 batteries for organization. But you can mount it to a wall. You can mount it to a flat surface. They even make adapters where you can put it on your, I don't even know what you call it, the Milwaukee cases, tag-alongs. I can't remember what they're called, but so they make an adapter for that as well. Anyway, hopefully this helps. Again, if you're scared about 3D printing, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'll put a link to the stuff that I use below so you can check it out, and I'll put those websites. There's some great resources to make beginning 3D printing less daunting. There's the CHEP website, there's Maker's Muse, and a few others I'll throw down there. They just really help take the sting off of trying to learn a new hobby. And even if you're not into printing decorative things, or you just want to print decorative things, this is great. I use it in my shop all the time. You can print all kinds of tools, but what really shines for me, at least, is shop organization. And of course, if you're into it, I printed this a while ago, and I printed it a little too small. You can make a Mandalorian helmet. Yeah, so I haven't, it was too small, so I haven't done any kind of finishing or painting or sanding on it. But yeah, the sky's the limit with a 3D printer. Anyway, hopefully this helped you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I try to answer all the comments, but I appreciate you watching. So have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.